I think the name Peter Steinberger does not need any introduction. If you haven't heard about StylePeed online or anything regarding OpenClaw or its acquisition by OpenAI or Moldbook or whatever it was called and whatever product was shipped with it, then I think you are actually living under a rock. So I won't take the time to explain all of that, but I want to talk about some lessons I learned from reading two important posts Peter published on his blog. One of them is titled Just Talk to It, the No BS Way of Agentic Engineering from the October of 2025, and the other one is titled Shipping at Inference Speed from the December of 2025. Both of them together are a 50-minute read, and I try to break them down in a shorter amount of time. Let's see if I can get it done, but I probably will. And then I will, together with you, work out some of the learnings and some of the differences we should do to our current setup to ship more like he does and to, get better as programmers in the AI age. So this video is about the lessons I learned from Peter and reading his information and just being open-minded to get a better AI or agentic engineer, whatever. Okay. Let's get started with the first article. It's from October of 2025. I read it yesterday and I will fly through it. You can read it on your own. I have it probably loaded in my context still from yesterday. So let me get through what's important. So yes, the context from him is that he works on a big 300k lines of code, a Tauri app, React app with Chrome extension, CLI client app, and mobile app in Expo hosted on Vercel. A build takes 2 minutes and so on. The first learning from him is that he uses Codex. Codex over everything. He does not use any integrated terminal in any IDE like Cursor or VS Code. He just uses the plain terminal, and there he uses Codex, not Anthropic. So this already concludes the debate whether to use 4.6 Sonnet from Anthropic or whether to use 5.3 Codex from OpenAI. This simplifies stuff a lot for me, at least. I love hearing people discuss it for themselves, so I have a faster time making the decision. Personally, I will go forward with Codex and the Codex application. I have tested neither, but I personally had a deep down disliking of Anthropic models already, so I will go forward with the Codex desktop application probably, not the CLI for now, because I want to check it out. I saw the Theo video and the video from Ben Davis. Both of them talked about the Codex CLI and not the CLI, the agentic conductor application where you can have multiple sessions up and running and then multi-manage and everything. So I will give that a shot, and once I do, or once I did, of course I'll talk to you about it as well. But yeah, it's Codex. He does atomic commits, so he tells his agents that are running in parallel, multiple at a time, to do a lot of commits. He always pushes to main and he never reverts. And this allows him to ship fast and rack up 8,000 commits per day on GitHub. If you have a look, it's quite absurd. And it's just the way it is when you are an agentic engineer. I think this is something we will get familiar to in the future as more and more people will write code that way. But yeah, he runs 3 to 8 terminal sessions parallel in a 3x3 terminal grid, most of them the same folder, atomic commits. Yeah. Alright, model picker, he goes with Codex, we had that, and then he talks about something called blast radius. He likes the term. Blast radius essentially means that you don't use prompts that affect a large amount of the code base. You want to keep the blast radius, the affected area of your code base, as small as possible. Therefore, you don't need any work trees to get multiple terminal agentic agent thingies up and running at the same time, because when they both work on one on auth, the other on UI, and the next one on, I don't know, billing, they don't interfere with each other because their blast radius is so small that there are no overlaps. Very nice to keep in mind. Therefore, as I just said, it does not need work trees. And yes, there's Cloud Code, but then he argues here that Codex is better. I will just cut all that, just use Codex. Both of his articles go in depth. Codex is his plan, is his way to go. And then he talks about some of the signature Flickr thingies and performance issues of other things like AMP or Factory, and he thinks that they won't survive. He's unconvinced. So basically he argues why Cursor and everything, Cursor, AMP, all of that stuff, everything except OpenCode basically, which I also just made a video about, why I moved from Gemini CLI to code. Everything except codecs for paid and open code for free if you have the hardware is noise. This is so much of a simplification for me. I love minimizing stuff, and this makes it easier for my mental model of the model coding landscape. Experiment with free and open source models that you host locally through Olama using OpenCode. And if you want to get paid, and if you want to switch to paid and go nuts with parallel agentic engineering, then you use codecs. As simple as that. He doesn't use plan mode because he thinks that the models are so good at this point in time that plan mode was just a step to overcome. And this is another reason why Gemini CLI and Google models are not that great, because they are heavily reliant on plan mode. Great models read so many files into their context so that they get a general understanding, like a human also would, that they don't need any plan mode anymore. So therefore, ignore plan mode. Ignore plugins and MCPs that come with it. Everything that can be an MCP could also be just refactored as a terminal tool, and these are more native to AI agents than plugins, so just get rid of them entirely. Sub-agents is something you also do not need to worry about. Just spin up multiple sessions in parallel. Sub-agents is just fancy marketing. Ignore it at all. Here's how he writes prompts with Anthropic models. He talked to them. Mostly, I think, yes, using Whisperflow. And with Codex models, since they are so smart, as if you were talking to another engineer, you can just type a short prompt. For example, add a theme toggle button to the UI and it will go forward and do it. As simple as that. Anthropic models, he speaks to them. Codex models or OpenAI models, he writes to them. Simple as that. Web-based agents can be ignored. The agentic journey, yes, he talks about these tools: Conductor, Tarragon, Sculptor. Ignore them. Claude Code can do background tasks, yes, but yes, he writes that Codex currently lacks a few bells and whistles that Claude has. The most painful omission is background task management, blah, blah, blah. This was one of the reasons he went back to Claude, but since the model is just so silly in other ways, I now use Tmux. It's an old tool to run CLIs and persistent sessions in the background. There is plenty of world knowledge in the model, so all you need to do is run via Tmux, no custom agent, and the charade needed. Yes, he also says right here, he only uses the Chrome DevTools MCP, I think, for debugging, but everything else that could be an MCP can also be just a CLI tool. And we can skip all of that. He does not do spec-driven development. It's outdated. He only has these / commands set up, but uses all of them very rarely. So you probably don't need any / commands at all. I have set up none. I also have no MCPs set up. I also have no skills set up. The only thing I've dabbled around with is an agents MD, but I also keep it empty. And only when an agent from the same model, from the same provider that I use repeatedly, runs into the same issues repeatedly, then add a quick fix or info or hint into your agent's MD saying, okay, please don't commit when running into error XYZ. First lint, then format, and then commit, or stuff like that. This works wonders. Okay, that's it, I think. How does your agent's Cloud file look like? He's got his agent's MD on GitHub, so feel free to check that out. So yeah, that's basically it for this article. Then he wrote what changed since May, not that much. So he says that models got better and that plan mode is a thing, a relic of the past. Codex versus Opus, go forward with Codex. So this article is a little bit like repeating the other article. He then writes an example where Codex was better, and then he talks about his workflow. So he has multiple projects he's working on at once, and when he's working on a project, he has multiple terminal sessions open. So it's this nested, multi-dimensional parallel workflow, which is very inspiring on one hand and pretty tough to get started with as a complete agentic programming noob on the other hand, probably. So that's a lot of repetition and work that's gone into optimizing the setup as much as possible. If you want to learn how to do that in detail, then feel free to check out his articles in detail. It's very smart and thought through and very optimized for time saving. One thing I found particularly interesting is where he talks about somewhere, he always puts in Codex, And he writes a short prompt and gives an image as additional context. What works even better for an image is if you annotate it manually, but it's not needed most of the time because it just works great out of the box. But then I read his GitHub and he wrote an AgentsMD rule to automatically pick the latest PNG from his downloads folder and put it into the model's context. And that's just time saving to the power of 10. Like, that's advanced stuff right there. And I think it's really inspiring to see where you can shave off some microseconds set or seconds or whatever. It's probably compounding to minutes over a day or even half an hour or something like that. If you manually screenshot, Command C, Command V, then delete the image and so on, it saves a lot of time. If you then finish your session and then you just delete the last, I don't know, 150 screenshots at once, then doing it manually every single time, as you might have guessed. Yes, he uses the queuing feature of Codex. This is really interesting. Should play around with that as well. You probably too. He never rebirths or checkpoints. He always pushes on main. Also very nice. That's what I've been doing as well. Yes, he commits to main. No use of planning mode. He plans a feature, but he talks with the agent in a back and forth kind of way until he thinks that, well, it's set up just as he wants, and then he goes, yep, I'm fine with that, go build it now. And that works for him. Now, yes, he talks about here his prompts have gotten much shorter. In Claude he talked them, in Codex he writes them. And yeah, I think, yeah, you can read all that, but it's more of an update, and there he has his config for Codex, so feel free to copy that if you are deep into Convex. I am not, so this does not tell me as much as all of these diehard Codex users, but yeah, I will go into that rabbit hole soon. First, I will dabble with OpenCode. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little bit of how Peter Steinberger goes with shipping as much as he does. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.